When you're playing your music, are you the one making the musical decisions, or is your clarinet making the decisions? So I actually want to start with a little demonstration of what I mean by that. So if you look at the music here, this is just two measures from the Height, Melodious, and Progressive Studies, the very first study, the C major one. And we can look at this music, and just by looking at this, we should be able to figure out how this goes. So take a second, think through this. You can see, okay, we have a scale. We're playing eighth notes, then 16th notes, then back to eighth notes. We start on C, we go up to A. Take in all of those details, think through it, and then see if you can sort of picture how this sounds in your head. Now that you have a clear idea of how that should go, let's try playing it and see what happens. Now, did that sound like the idea that you had in your head for how this should go? Hopefully not, right? That's exactly what I mean, though, about the clarinet making musical decisions rather than you making musical decisions. When we went through that the first time and we sort of just visualized how that should go, that was us thinking about what the music wants. When I played it just now, I played what the clarinet wants to do. So if you notice, we have a crossing over the break where we go from A to B. Sometimes that's a little tricky to do on the clarinet, and if you let it, the clarinet will do sort of whatever it wants there. If you don't get those fingers perfectly covered, if you don't support with enough air, then the clarinet's not going to want to play a smooth transition from A to B. That's just the nature of the instrument. So us as musicians, we have to look at what the music wants and then see if we can make that happen on the clarinet and figure out how to get the musical details that we want to cooperate on the instrument. There's so many examples of this where the instrument wants to do something that's not always the most musical. For example, it naturally wants to play the high notes louder. It naturally wants to play the low notes softer. The low notes are flat. The throat tones are sharp. The throat tones sound like garbage. There's all kinds of issues with the instrument, and it's our job to fight those and try to get what the music wants. That's what makes a great musician, is they really, first of all, know what they want out of the music, and then they're able to get that out of the instrument. And of course, the only way to get the control over the instrument is just doing your warm-ups, working on those fundamentals, do the long tones to get everything sounding great, the technique to figure out how to get your fingers in the right place at the right time, and of course articulation to make sure that your tongue's moving properly and you can get all of the note shapes that you need in your music. So really digging into those fundamentals are the secret to letting you be in charge of the musical choices rather than the clarinet. And then of course the other really important thing is looking at the music and letting the music be the standard that you're bringing the clarinet up to, rather than just letting the clarinet do whatever it wants and say, yeah, I'm playing the clarinet. That's how the clarinet goes. But that's not how the music goes, right? So that's my quick tips for you. I want you to comment down below with either one thing that your clarinet loves to do, something that if the clarinet had its way, it would do something totally unmusical every time, whether that's crossing the break, squeaking on a certain note, playing high notes too loud, whatever it may be. Comment what you're battling your clarinet on. And then number two, I want you to comment on one place in your music where your clarinet was making the decisions rather than you making the decisions. And I want that to be a big takeaway for you. Whenever you're playing something, ask yourself, is this what the music wants? Is this what I want to do here? Or am I just playing those high notes loud because it's easy to play them loud and not actually getting the piano high notes that the music's asking for? So always be checking in with yourself on that and making sure that you're doing what the music wants, not what the clarinet wants. So good luck with that. Thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed this tip and found it helpful, be sure to leave it a like so I know that you enjoy these kind of videos, and also subscribe to the channel so you can see all the tips that I upload every single Saturday here on this channel. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in another video.